All right, we're live. We're live, guys. Okay, so this is welcome to Raw Conversations, where we talk about anything and everything, and basically give the youth an opportunity to discuss whatever's on their heart, on their mind, and then we're kind of here just helping them to navigate through everything. So we have myself, Camila, Envision Youth Services, and Tanisha.
Hi, I'm Tanisha Webb. I am a board member of Vision Youth Services. I'm a mom of 31 years, and I think that it is necessary for me to say this because I know on the back end when we're providing supports to all of our youth, um, I want to share a little bit of my credentials. I've been a mom for 31 years. I have a master's degree in psychology. I have an associate's degree in early childhood education. And I say that because I believe that, the education as well, it gave me an opportunity to put um, words and labels to the things that we go through. But what certifies me is my experience. So I do know what, a lot of youth have shared with me, and I'm looking forward to sharing back that feedback with you. And that's it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Again, thanks for having me, Camila. It's a pleasure to see both you and Tanisha again. My name is Charles Opong. I'm a PhD candidate at Pepperdine University's Graduate School of Education and Psychology. I'm
Wait,
also
hold on. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, black man PhD. Wait a minute. We gotta let that marinate for a second. Hold on. We have to let that marinate, Charles, because that is
a
amazing. Are you kidding me?
no, I'm not
Amazing.
kidding you. It cost me a lot of money.
Right. Like I'm not playing. I did the work. Yeah.
Uh, I really
Congratulations.
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Camila. I appreciate the love and the vote of confidence. 4.5 years in the making, almost 5 years now. Started in 2016 over there, and I researched. I made a lot of things pivotal and cornerstone to our plight as Black people. Right. So I'm a Ghanaian. My parents hail from Ghana by way of London, and I'm the third of five. I did mention that I'm a PhD candidate. So in about 2 months, I'll fully be a doctor. Happy to say that because this process, I don't want to say it almost broke me, but God set me up so that He can get the victory, and so that um,
Man.
I can continue on this path for economic, social, and powerful liberation of Black people and people of color globally. And so my degree and my expertise is in critical race theory. I'm also a filmmaker. Just released a few films within the past few months, and a lot of, if not all of what I do, is a focal point and a lens on Black women and Black men, looking at Black women from the standpoint of Endarkened feminist epistemology and critical race theory, looking at Black theorists such as Derek Bell, and looking at the plight of Black children, looking at foster youth. I focused on foster youth for maybe about 3.5 years until I said, let me scale back and hone my passion in on Black people, which is film. And so, being a writer, director, producer, as well as an actor, has brought me into spaces where I can be able to not only tell stories, but tell the important stories, especially those of Black men and Black women who have been disenfranchised. So, among other things, I'm also a pastor, youth advocate. I'm a mentor in the Barack Obama My Brother's Keepers initiative in South LA. So I'm a part of a chapter
Oh,
here on the
wait.
West
I've
Coast.
heard about that. I heard about that actually in Long Beach, not in LA.
Yeah,
Do
they
they
have
have
it
different
nationwide.
chapters?
Yeah, they have different chapters nationwide.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and I wouldn't be a part of it had it not been for God in the flesh. I call her God in the flesh. My wife. She's the reason why I even went for my master's degree and my doctorate. So you
Yay
know,
to her. Yay to
Yes,
her.
Lord.
Yes.
yeah,
Love it.
you,
Big
you
up
know
to
what I'm
my
saying.
sis.
Yeah, thank you. So that just another Black woman who is really allowed me to be here and the reason why I'm breathing is, So that being my mom. But yeah, just happy to be on this platform with you guys and share this platform with you guys, and happy to be able to offer whatever services and feedback and advice that I can give. So thank you again, Camila. I'm very proud of you. I want to say, by the way, for answering this call. This is truly divine for you to, be in a space that you're in and to lend that platform to an expert and a beautiful person such as the Tanisha Webb. That's not Tanisha, it's the Tanisha Webb. The title is the because she does so many things. And so, as do you. So thank you, Queen, so much. You guys are beautiful inside and out. And, for a young king such as myself to be on this platform with y'all, I'm delighted and honored and I'm happy.
Absolutely.
We're honored as well.
Yes, I was gonna say, I feel like we all feel the same way. Like, congrats to you and everything that you're doing with your family, your children, your wife, and just the community. Like, all of that is amazing because you don't see Black men of your age range walking around with the same mentality. You don't see that. You don't see that. I'm just being honest. And so that right there is amazing to see, because when you have that and you see that, the type of work that we do, it goes a lot deeper, because see, you would be the example of what we want our young men to look after, to model after, for all of that. So for us, it's probably a lot deeper because that's what we desire, and so, just for them to be able to see somebody who, has maybe gone through things, but still able to succeed, still able to push forward, still has the mentality about wealth and wellness. And, all of that is just, it's amazing. So I'm excited to be in this space with you guys. I'm super excited. Let's get it going. Let's get it going.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's get it going.
BMC Hammer, let's get it started.
Let's get it. Hey,
we're about to get black. We're about to get black on Palm Sunday. Let's do it.
Listen, on Palm Sunday. Yes.
Love it.
Yeah. So, okay. So Raw Conversations is basically us coming to the table and talking about anything, everything youth related. We know that it's a culture where everything is recorded, everything is via social media. We know it's a culture where a lot of the older generation, they're used to sweeping things under the rug, not talking about certain things. So where does that leave the youth? With everybody else being so misguided, not understanding direction, where does that leave them? That leaves them without direction, without guidance, without conversation, without, so this is a platform where they're able to come to the table, not being judged, and to be able to talk about whatever it is that's on their heart that they want to talk about. And we're going to navigate the conversation. That's what this is. So the only thing I can say is, if you don't like it, turn the channel. That's it.
Change the channel.
I mean, that's quick. I mean, that's like a one and done. Yeah, I'm saying, like, we done.
Yes.
That's it. I mean, because, and you know what? This was the biggest thing for me. The biggest thing for me was hearing these private conversations after getting off of work and coming home, and having a youth call my phone like, I can't talk to my mom about X, Y, and Z, or I'm going to run away tonight, or I'm cutting myself, or I'm thinking about suicide, or I'm nah.
Yes.
Nah. Now for me, it's time to put it all out on the table, because listen, they're talking about it. They're thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
if you're talking about it and you're thinking about it, so let's bring some healthy conversation to these topics.
Yes, absolutely.
And help you to feel like there is some type of outlet. There is some type of understanding. There is somebody who came before you who probably went through the same damn thing. So we can have conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is like amazing. Tanisha?
So, That is a segue into the introduction of one of our youth, and she is our first youth on our very first show. So she
Yay!
through the trial and error of us introducing our concept to the world. Her name is Rihanna Weber, and I will let her further introduce herself as I slide her into the frame.
Okay, we got a Rihanna in the house.
Yes.
Ray.
Okay.
Riri. We didn't give her a nickname. We ain't even met her yet. We didn't give her a nickname.
That is
That's
her
how you-
nickname.
Oh, see, there you go. That's how you know it's a
Riri.
black thing, because we got to nickname everything, and we got Riri on the line. What's up, Riri?
What's up, Riri? What's going on?
I'm nervous, so yeah. But my name is Rihanna Weber. I'm 14 years old, and
You can't see her face. Tanisha, move it. Come on, move over a little bit, sweetie. I want to see your
What about
face.
now?
Oh, you have pretty eyes.
thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, plug it up.
Okay. Hi, my name is Rihanna Weber. I'm 14 years old. My mom's name is Krishonda Stewart, and my dad's name is Derek Weber. Tanisha Webb is my auntie, and
Is there
Okay, wait, what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
You're in 8th grade. Okay. All right. So middle school.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, is there anything else that you want us to know about you? What do you like to do?
That's
like-
that's what I was gonna ask. That's a good question.
A few things I like to do. I like to dance. I like to sing. I love art.
Okay, wait, hold on, rewind. Dance how? Like
Sometimes I do hip hop. Like if I was to do dance classes, I would do hip hop or jazz or like lyrical, something like that.
okay.
You take a couple deep breaths. You here amongst family and friends. Ain't nothing about this scripted. Somebody thought that was funny.
Why? No, I heard that in the background.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That I'm going off and on mute because I got the little African tribe over here doing what they do. So.
You know what?
That's
I forgot about
right there. That's a celebration right there.
Yeah.
So you said you like art.
Yeah, I love dancing. I love art. I love just like creating stuff on my own.
What kind of art do you like? Are we talking about painting? Are we talking about?
I love painting. I love drawing. I love just like creating stuff out of nothing. Just stuff like that.
Okay.
I love that.
What do you want to do career-wise? Like once you finish high school, once you're out of high school, what would you love to do?
What I would love to do, I would love to either be a nail technician or do hair. But if those two don't work out, then I want to be a what's the kid doctor name?
A pediatrician?
Yeah, there you go. Pediatrician. Yeah.
Okay. 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 You know what? I have a good question for you. How are you feeling about school via Zoom or via video with the whole COVID and everything going on? How? Listen. Before you answer, I want you to be completely honest.
In my opinion, I don't like it. I don't like it because I'm at home in my own comfort zone, and there's too much of my stuff that I like that distracts me, and that keeps me not on task. So I would rather be in school where none of my stuff is, and I can stay on task and I can listen to what my teachers are telling me instead of being at home in my bed and in my own house where I can get up and go do what I want. So yeah, I honestly don't like it.
So you don't like it. How do you feel like the teachers are, like as far as the classes are concerned?
I feel like the teachers are a little bit more stricter than what they were. One, because they're trying to handle a lot of kids, and two, because they're going through their own problems. So I feel like they're just a little bit more meaner than what they were in school.
A little bit more. Wait, you said more meaner. So they was mean at first and now they more meaner?
Well, my teachers, from my perspective, are they're a little mean when it comes to time, but now they're like, yeah, yeah, I don't like being in class anymore. It's it's really crazy because it's still a lot of students, and a lot of students feel like they don't have to listen or they don't have to do what they're supposed to do, or they just don't join, and it stresses the teachers out, and then we get the backfall of whatever the teachers are stressed out about or whatever they're going through. So yeah, I don't like Zoom.
Sorry. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But I started going to regular school. I honestly, it's benefiting me a lot. It's because I'm a
You
touch.
say regular school, you're talking about public school?
Yeah, I go every Thursdays and Fridays.
Okay.
I feel like it in school it benefits me because I'm gonna tell the truth right now, my grades are not the best. So for me going back to regular school every 2 days out of a week, it's really been benefiting me. I went from a 0% to a 40% chance of getting all my work done and having A's and B's again. So
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. That's
totally.
something to celebrate, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Um,
Mhm.
well, I guess I just had a quick question for you. If
Yeah,
if you don't mind me asking you, Riri. So it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charles. I wanted to. How old are you again?
I'm 14.
14. 14. That means you're in the 10th grade, right?
I'm going to ninth grade.
You're going to ninth grade.
Yes.
Okay. Um, she asked a question about, the whole social distance thing and, virtual distant learning and stuff like that, and, learning, from the device electronically. Um, what are some of the things that you missed and that you feel like you'll you probably missed out on and are never going to get based on you missing that year, or even now, like we don't know how long distant learning is going to be in actual place, but what do you think you'll be missing out on the most?
Um, if I had to say I was missing out on anything, it would be a piece of my teen years of being able to have fun and like go to school dances and be able to go to to experience like middle school games and my volleyball career. I wanted to play volleyball. We weren't able to do that because of COVID. I wasn't able to play basketball because of COVID. I wasn't be able to do the certain things that I would be able to do if COVID never came. So just like certain activities that I was able to do before, I'm not able to do now, and I feel like I missed out on it. And I wish I could get it back, but you can't time travel. So
You can say that again. Look, and I'm glad you even said that because I think that's a perfect layup, if you will, right? Since you mentioned basketball, could use that fun. You said you mentioned some of the most like some of the things that I want to say even though we had them, myself, Camila, and Tanisha had them. Um, you guys are not going to be able to experience that. I was a ball player. I played freshman and sophomore. I went to Dorsey High School. Shout out to the Dons. I know we got
Shout
a
out
fellow
to
Don.
God.
Yeah, we got a fellow Don here for a time. She went there for a time, but for a little bit. But I just think it's really, really, you know, we just live in a time where the only facet that we can kind of like be mad at, and we can't really be mad at it, is life itself, and just kind of hope and pray for the best. And I'm just like, I wish you guys had that, like going to the dance. The reason why I say that is because to even get into these wild conversations, that those social, because we're in social distancing right now, those social norms that are now absent from you and your peers, and really all of us. But if you're just talking about the context of being in school, whether that's elementary, middle school, high school, even college, um, it's not the same. Being online is totally different from, let's just say, elementary, playing on the monkey bars and making friends. We
Yeah.
learned this at age 5, 6, 7, 8. going into middle school. So it's like, matriculating to the age of puberty and, understanding who you are as a young woman or as a young man, etiquette, right? Like everything is really typing now. Writing was already kind of going out the window, but it's like all the way gone now, right? Everything is going to be typed. And then now here you are talking about just being able to, slap a high five with your homegirl or say what's up to your homeboy or, clown on a teacher. Let's just keep it real, right? These are some of the things that, I was at the head of my class of doing that when it comes to clowning, maybe dissed a few times. I'm not encouraging that, but I'm just saying like the school of hard knocks teaches you the best when you are in, actual the physical location. And I just want to say I really feel for you and your generation in relations to your age group, right? Because people who are finished with high school and college and so on and so forth, they've experienced that. And we'll go back. I think eventually we'll go back, but we're going to go back with COVID tests. We're going to go back with, vaccinations. We're going to go back with masks. You won't be able to enter in unless you have a card or this and that. And I just really think that's unfortunate. And yeah, I just wanted to say that to empathize with you and say that my young sister, I feel you. I feel
because
you.
that's what we have to do now. We're not allowed to go into school unless we have this slip where our parents have to sign in and make sure we're not like have any of the symptoms. When we walk in, we have to stand in front of this thing where it takes our temperature virtually. Then we have to wear we either have to wear a thick mask or 1 to 2 masks. And there's not a lot of kids in our class. It's like 5 kids or 6 at the most. And you have to stay 6 feet away at all times, including with your teacher. So I'd rather be in school just because I'm where my teacher can help me. But I honestly don't like in school either because it's just too difficult. You don't have the freedom. You can't do well. It's not like you can't do what you want, but you just don't have the freedom you used to have. So yeah.
So how do you deal with that? Like, how do you? I want to use the word cope, but I don't know if I should use the word cope with you. But I want to use the word cope. We know what cope is, right? How do you cope with that?
Well, I honestly don't. It's really stressful for me. I'm the type of person who keeps their feelings in all the time, and I just don't tell my feelings. I just keep them in and deal with it. But for me, it's really difficult because I learn off of seeing people do it. I learn off of being there in person and watching you do it and explain it to me by myself instead of with the whole group. I'd rather do that. So for me, it's really hard and I get really emotional sometimes and stressed out. But sometimes I just keep my feelings in and deal with it. So yeah.
But you didn't explain how you deal with it though. I just keep it in and I deal with it, but that's not an explanation on how you deal with it.
How I deal with it? Honestly, from my perspective, I don't even know how I deal with it.
And that's the thing, according to her, she doesn't. Because that's what people often do, they suppress. We push it down, we try to make it seem as though things are not happening, and we push forward. And these are the examples that are often shown by our parents. Is to just keep pushing forward, don't deal with it at all. Just go, we become robotic, just go with the flow. This is what life is. I can't change it. I have no control.
Oh, looks like we lost him, yeah?
Oh, wait, is she gone?
Yeah, looks like we lost him.
No.
I think for her it's just as simple as her hitting the link again and just tapping back in. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, she's still showing up here on my screen.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It says Tanisha, moderator.
You can see her?
Yeah, I could see her and her niece. Oh, wait, add to stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
So I think something hit where it put us backstage again.
Okay,
Gotcha.
yeah. No, it wasn't working for a minute.
So, and that's why I was saying, just to provide that clarification, we become robotic with life. We decide, what, there are certain things that we cannot change. I don't have a voice in this situation. And so I just do to get along. And I think that that's what a lot of us do, adults and children, especially when it comes down to this pandemic. All of
Right.
us are stuck in situations that we have no control over, in a sense, other than how we respond. That's the only control that we have, is how we respond. And a lot of times the response is to act like things are not as they are and just go along.
Right.
Would that be correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can't do that. We can't afford to do that. Like, we have to speak what it truly is, what we're going through, because honestly, if you don't talk about it, if you don't speak about it, then you really don't get that healing that you need when it comes to that topic, whatever that topic is,
That's right. And so may I give an opportunity, I'm grateful that you're here today. I'm sitting next to you because we had a challenge this morning, and it was very much in alignment with and the purpose that we're here today, of the opportunities that we want to give you to speak their truth, to be authentic, to not feel judged, to have a safe forum, to just be raw or whatever you need to say. And so I just want to give you an opportunity, if you will, to share with us the things that you were sharing with me earlier. And may I give you the opportunity, if you were speaking to your mom right now, what would you like her to know?
If I was speaking to my mom right now, I would like her to know that when it comes to a specific subject or just like anything, it's not always like the right thing to just pressure and scream at your child. Not even scream, or just like always like get on their head about certain things. Like sometimes you just need to let them figure it out on their own, or we talk about it and we do it together. Like what happened is my grades are not that good. So right now I am in trouble, and me and my mom are debating on what my punishment be. I accept my punishment because I know I let myself get my grades like that. And I know there's been a lot going on for my grades to be like that. So at this point, if I was talking to my mom, I would just tell her that instead of getting on my head all the time, which is dragging me down to not want to do them anymore, to not want to do my assignments or not to even go to school, would be just to work together and find a way or find a solution together, instead of one person, we're mad at each other because we have gotten to argument over what we're going to do or how we're going to get my grades back up, or me getting my phone taken away, knowing that, I'm just going to say now, my phone is my life. I've let social media take over my life. I've let social media get into my brain and take me off of what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's not good. And I know it's not good. And I know I should not have that as a habit of being on social media 24/7.
Don't be
But
so hard on yourself, because most adults got that same damn issue.
yeah. So I have chose for myself. I haven't told my mom my plan because we haven't had the time to talk, but I've chose for myself that I'm going to turn off all my social medias and I'm going to get back on track. And when I feel that I'm ready to get back on social media and I feel like I'm able to be on social media and stay on task, I will do that. But at this point, it's just the communication between the parents and the child that I feel like me and my mom need to work on. And we need to work on how to create a solution between me and her without our whole family knowing or without the whole world knowing. So,
and that right there is an important just your mindset about what's going on is very intelligent. And I say that because you could be somebody who's completely disgruntled about like the miscommunication or the misunderstanding, and then be this wild child all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But you're coming to the table saying, you know, we're going to talk about it. We're going to speak about it. We're going to lay it out there. Like you already have in your mind how you're going to figure the situation out without just saying, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's a different mindset to come. That's a mature mindset. So I have to give you that.
Right.
I agree.
And also for my side, I need to work on staying focused. And also, I have a really bad attitude, and I can tend to have attitudes with my mom.
Oh, and she's taking accountability. Wait a minute. Hold on.
I have attitudes with my mom, and I tend to say I don't have attitude, but it just shows on my face. So I have to work on my attitude problem, which I'm really working on because I know how it makes my mom stressed by me having attitude. We're trying to figure out something. It doesn't make it no better. So that's also something I need to work on by myself and get myself back on track. So me and my mom can work together to get our whole everything back on track.
Where does the attitude come from?
Accountability. Congratulations for that.
My attitudes come from? It comes from like frustration or sometimes not being understood or just when I get irritated. That's just where my attitudes come from. Or sometimes it just comes out of nowhere. It doesn't have to be a problem. It doesn't have to be anything going on. It'll just come out of nowhere. I don't mean to have the attitude, but it just happens.
Out of nowhere? Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And when you say her responding to you the way she does in regards to like your grades or something that she feels that you need to be punished for, it brings you down. What does bringing you down look like? What is that?
For me, bringing me down is like, cause I already beat up. I beat myself up for it because I know that I can do better, and I know that I'm better than what I'm doing right now, and I know I can get my grades back up. And for somebody else just to tell me that I need to do it and I need to get back on track, it hurts me because I know that I can do better. So nobody has to tell me that. I don't like hearing people tell me that I have to do better or I have to get this done, or I don't like being punished for my mistakes, which I get it. I have to get punished for my mistakes because everybody makes mistakes and you have to learn from your mistakes. But for me, I want to know about it and then I want to get it done by myself. I don't want to have anybody tell me that I need to get it done because it's going to make me feel bad and it's going to make me feel like I don't want to do it anymore because
somebody else had to tell you?
Right. It makes me, that's exactly, because somebody else had to tell me. It makes me not want to do it anymore. So when I do it by myself, it gives me time to clarify with myself that, okay, Rihanna, you need to get this done. You need to fix this, and you know what you have to do. So get back on task. So don't nobody have to tell you anything. So yeah.
If I can tap in right quick, when I say I really appreciate everything that you just said. I really feel like you're ahead of your time mentally, right? From a cerebral standpoint, with everything that you talked about as it relates to accountability. Feel free to jump in and correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Riri?
Wait, Riri?
Yes.
I mean, if that's okay with you, I mean, I could go back to, it's Rihanna, right?
People calling me by my name, so
you like Riri?
Yeah, I want friends.
Hey, I'm in the game. I'm in the game.
For real.
I appreciate you clarifying that. So you are, I don't know, I see you as a scholar because of how you think and how you process. I just want to say that, so correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds a lot like you're looking for partnership. You're not looking for somebody who is going to be authoritative. but somebody who's going to be more of an authoritarian. The difference between authoritative and authoritarian is that authoritative is going to give you somebody, be it an adult or somebody your age, somebody's going to say, hey, look, they're going to tell you you're wrong, but they're not going to actually tell you that you're wrong with words. They're going to say, hey, look, instead of this, do this. I think what you've been receiving on your end has been negative reinforcements. Negative reinforcements meaning that is like, and I don't agree with you when you say you should turn your social media off, because let's just keep it real. I don't think it's mentally you're just gonna develop a bad relationship with your phone and with yourself if you just turn your phone off or turn your social media off. Now I feel like you should develop something called organizational times, where there's a time to eat, there's a time to read, there's a time to scroll on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat, Facebook or Twitter, whatever, right? Or if it's YouTube videos, whatever that is. Because I do those things. I think all of us do those things. I don't think we would be living in this 21st century, during this COVID-19 era. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, look, right now we're actually on a virtual call. We're using technology. I think it's all a matter of how you utilize technology, and not just to and even if you're on there for entertainment, there's a time for it, right? But most importantly, at this time, at this age, there's certainly a significant amount of time for your grades, for reading, for studying, allotting yourself that, not just so that you can get good grades, but so that mentally you can get ahead. So when that time does come for you to make a decision as to whether you want to go to college or a trade school or just be an entrepreneur, you can do that knowing that you have all the information. You feel what I'm saying, young queen? But
Yeah.
I don't want you to, and this is your choice, right? But this is just me kind of just putting it there as an option for you, because I don't have the right to tell you what to do or whatever. And the truth is, like, the same thing with your parents. One thing I realize is that parenting is not necessarily telling the child what to do. It's providing them with all of the possible solutions, all the questions, all the solutions, and what it means. Hey, there's heaven and there's hell. This is what heaven looks like, and this is what hell looks like. Take your pick, right? But you have to give the context of what heaven entails and what to do to get there, of what hell entails and what to do to get there, and or the things not to do in order not to go to either or. And so the same thing applies, if I can use that analogy, when it comes to just life. There's a time to hoop, there's a time for volleyball, there's a time for Netflix, there's a time to type, there's a time to journal. You should journal your thoughts, talk to yourself, revisit them in maybe about a year and see how you feel after that. These are just options, again, that I'm just kind of introducing you to, that are mentally alleviating for some of the micro traumas that you may be facing when it comes to somebody saying, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And I'm not necessarily talking about your parents. I'm just saying overall, like, you need to do this. Is the police tell that to us. Our teachers tell that to us. Mm-hmm. We don't like hearing those things. I didn't like hearing them. I was a delinquent, right? Delinquents meaning that bad grades. I'm talking about, it wasn't a B to be found. It was F's. And I forged a report card. You feel me? Right. That's what I was doing. I was forging report cards and trying to get away with murder when it comes to, just being in school. But I'm just saying this to you, is that, what do you think? And I want to preface everything I just said with a question, is that, what do you think about having a more healthier relationship with yourself? Right. I don't know if that means therapy. It doesn't always mean going to talk to a therapist. It means talking to your big sister, whoever that may be, or your auntie, right? Or in this case, like Tanisha, right? Or somebody like Camila, confiding in people who have your best interest at heart, who aren't necessarily going to give you negative reinforcements, meaning that I'm going to take this away so that you can act better. Because taking things away doesn't always necessarily mean a positive outcome, right? We call that a negative reinforcement. We don't believe in negative reinforcements. Positive reinforcements is, hey, look, if you do this, you can get this. Not, if you don't do this, I'm going to take this away. That's a negative versus a positive.
Right.
Yeah.
If you guys can weigh in, I mean, please, by all means, and you can answer that if you want to, Riri.
Everything that you're saying is absolutely correct. It really is. I think that first of all, what she has expressed and what she's going through is definitely valid. I was expecting something more so harsh. So maybe she ain't gave us everything.
No, she hasn't.
Oh,
You know what? I'm genius in that way. See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew. I'm like, this is just the surface. This ain't
that's
everything.
because you was once her. That's because you
This
was
ain't the nitty
you.
gritty.
Yeah, you was once her. So it makes a lot of. I mean, maybe so. I mean, are you seeing you and her, or are you just tuned in? Is that what that is? I'm talking about you, Camila.
Me.
Are you?
Oh,
Yeah,
me.
or even you, Tanisha.
Okay,
Yeah, the
wait, no.
both of
What was
y'all.
the question? Sorry, I thought you was talking to her.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like, so this is to you and Tanisha, right? You guys being older women than she is. Are you seeing you in
Old
her? Is that?
hag. Uh-huh.
Are you seeing you and her? Is that why you're able to kind of premeditatively gauge and say, okay, nah, she's leaving some stuff out, or are you just tapped in?
I am absolutely. Absolutely. For me, yeah. Absolutely.
For me,
That's the gift and that's the talent though. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's the surface. It's what looks okay, but not too damaging. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, I'm not about to give you everything. I don't know you. I don't trust you. I don't. No.
She laughing. She laughing. She laughing.
See,
She laughing.
listen, I'm not even looking at her face. I'm just being real. What I'm saying is, it's the I don't know you. I don't trust. You kidding me? No, no, no. I'm not about to tell you just everything and just put everything out there. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be surface, feel your temperature, and then maybe later on we could kind of build that relationship where we could talk about the real shit.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
And that's what it. But let me say this. Let me say this. What's your name, sweetie?
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Yes.
Oh right, Riri. Wait, can I say?
Riri.
Can I
Yeah,
say?
yeah, yeah. Riri. Riri.
Coming from the background of somebody who was pretty much raised in LA and going through certain things in my personal life, like with my family, like my mother and my father divorcing, and just that being like a huge mess. Been working since I've been 14 years old. Like, it's a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, that I've gone through. And trust was one of the biggest things. I didn't really trust anybody because of who I did trust wasn't really trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? And once you go through that experience, it's kind of like, I'm cool. I'm not fooling with you. You know what I'm saying? So trust was like a huge issue and a huge problem. And that's something even as a almost 37-year-old woman, you know what I'm saying, I have to work through. I have to work through, you know?
And that's how I feel because even though like I'm so young, but so many people I've trusted so many people and they either let me down or they just disappeared. So I've put this wall up where it takes me a long time. Like I have to get to know you for me to trust you. And you have to be like a close person in me for me to even be able to tell you my life story or just to trust you as much as I trust like one of my family members.
Right.
Just because of how many times I've been let down or how many times people have said, oh, you can trust me and everything will be okay. And then they're not trustworthy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I can say this to answer Charles's question. There are parts of her I see myself. The difference is that at her age, I had my mother and actually, as a matter of fact, I lost my mother at her age. I was fortunate
Mm.
that I lost her, but the difference is that my mother and I had a friendship in the midst of our mother and daughter relationship. That friendship probably was a little inappropriate because there were blurred lines in terms of how we shared with each other, more like sisters than mother and daughter, because we were closer in age. My mother was 28 and I was 14, so she was like an older sister. But I had the ability to go and talk to my mom about any and everything, which gave me the tools and the ability to extend that to my children.
And that's rare.
Yes. And so I sit here beside my niece because I want to say this to you, not to put you on a spot, but to give you opportunity. Do you trust me? And so do you know that I got you? Mm-hmm. And so with that said, if you are able, and if you're not, I respect you and I totally understand. I want you to really block out Charles and Camila and even myself being, if you are capable, and just share some of the things that you said earlier, because that is very important for not only us to hear, but eventually your mom to understand. And again, I don't want to pressure you, but I do want to give you the opportunity because, like I told you, I want to be able to push you, but I also want to be able to support you. If I'm going to push you, that means I'm not going to stand there and just let you fall if you go to collapse. You feel me? I'm right here. So if you just need a minute, say what you need to say. And I don't care about how you say it. I just need you to say it. Because I need you to be able to get off your chest and release some things that you are conditioned to hold in and not deal with.
A few things would be like, sometimes my mom is not always home. So sometimes I'm not able to sit down with her and have our girl talks we used to have. One, because my older brothers are around now. I get they haven't been around her that long and they have their time and they want to have their time, but I'm the only daughter that's in my mom's house right now because I have another sister, but she lives in Bakersfield. We live in Washington. So for me, I'm the only girl in the house right now, and I have no other female figures that I can look at because they're all out here. I don't have the time. My mom doesn't have the time to give me those girl talks anymore or teach me certain things that I need to know or just take time out every day just to like sit down and talk to me just for a few minutes because she's worried about everybody else or she's just having fun or dealing with her own problems. And I get that, but for me, I have problems going on myself. I have problems going on through social media with certain people, such as boys, but it's not a good situation. It's not like a dating situation. It's just like different type of situations that how boys can pressure you or how.
Well, what they doing? Do we need to come up? Do we need to come up and do something about this situation? I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm with her. I'm with her. I'm with her on that one because the truth is, even though it's Sunday and it's Palm Sunday, I'm about to get a gun. So if you need some protection,
What we talking about? Hold on. You said some key words. Hold on.
Yeah.
What's up? Huh?
I'm really mature. I dealt with it in a respectful way.
Okay. Don't play with me now.
Right. Yeah, don't.
Listen, I'll be waiting.
Yeah, that part. You know what I'm saying? Because check it out. Because the era that we from, we call that static. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel me? and if somebody bringing static to a young queen, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we know how to handle that.
But I want to just like for anybody who watched this, I just want to let all parents know that getting on your child's head is not always the best way. Taking stuff from them is not always the best way to discipline them. Sometimes you just need to take time out of your day just to sit down and talk to them, see how they're doing, see if their mental state of mind is okay, see if their physical state of mind is okay, see if they're just good, and make sure they're not thinking nothing. Make sure just like have those little talks with them because y'all might not think it matters, but it really does. Just to feel like somebody care about you. Feel like that you have that person there that wants to talk to you, that makes sure you're okay, that will come and check on you every once in a while. Even though we be distant, some teenagers will be distant and we'll stay in our rooms and we'll do what we want and you might not see us all the time, but we still need that little time that you just make sure we okay and you just check on us.
You just gave parents a whole bunch of game, and I appreciate you for it. And that's something that I realized a while ago. And let me tell you something I actually in real life started doing. So I pull up to, like, let's say Walmart, right? You got to go get some stuff from the grocery store or whatever the case is. So I pull up to Walmart, and I would tell my son is 17. So I would tell him, put your cell phone in the glove compartment. And I would throw my cell phone in the glove compartment too. Cause I'm like, we about to get out this car and we about to it's just going to be you and I. It's not going to be no cell phone. It ain't going to be no girlfriends calling. It ain't going to be no boyfriends calling. It's not going to be any of that. We're going to get out the car and literally we put our phones in the glove compartment, lock that up and go and we walk and we talk. That right there is so important because you guys are when I say you guys, I'm saying like the younger generation when it comes to social media, being involved in Instagram and on your phone. I don't think you guys would know what to do if y'all lost your phone.
Oh, let's go.
Like, I think you guys would be completely, we ain't got TikTok, we ain't got Instagram, we can't, what the hell? Like, really? Like,
don't forget about Clubhouse. Clubhouse took over all type of stuff.
I just heard about Clubhouse. I don't even know. Like, all of that stuff right there, like, you would not even know how to function. And so I do as a parent, I do things on purpose for my son. Where I'm like, okay, phones in the car, locked up in the car. We're gonna walk around the parking lot for a couple of blocks, and we just gonna talk about life. Or we might hop on our bikes, so we might go bike riding. And the reason why is because everything is so social media and involved in everybody else's damn business. If you look at it, everybody, it ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing.
She wanted to say something.
Like for me, like I'm gonna tell the truth, like I said before, I've let social media take over me. So when my mom takes my phone, sometimes I do certain things that will get me in trouble and will get stuff taken away from me. And I admit that because not everybody is an angel. But when I do get my phone, my mom, the first thing she does is take my phone away because she knows my phone is like my sanctuary. She knows I'm on my phone 24/7. So when she takes it, like, it's like my whole world ends. Like I have nothing else to do.
Wow.
Your whole world ends?
No, it doesn't.
Wow.
End. Like I'm telling the truth. Like I'm not saying.
No, we believe you. I mean, just to actually hear you say it, I mean, that's like it's refreshing. Wow.
Like I'll start crying. Like I'll tell the truth. I'll start crying and I'll be like sad until I get it back. And when I get it back, I'll be perfectly fine. But I carry it with me everywhere I go, all day, every day.
Oh my God.
I'm the person that's happy to like give you my phone so I don't have to answer no calls, no text messages. Like I'm good and I could like be at peace without the phone ringing. Like I'm happy with that.
I just put mine on do not disturb.
Real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. I got something to say, Tanisha and Camila. This is for you to hear, but I'm more so, this is for you to hear, Riri, but I'm talking to Tanisha and Camila. Remember we talked on the show and I brought up that study that talked about the equivalent of drugs when it comes to social media use?
Okay. Yeah.
It's not just social media, it's the actual phone itself. You remember that movie, the Tyler Perry movie, Why Did I Get Married? I think it was the first one. And the woman that was married to, I forget, she married to this gentleman, he just wanted, I think it was married to Tyler Perry. Yeah, the woman that was married to Tyler Perry, she was always on her BlackBerry. Yeah, the lawyer or whatever. She's always on her BlackBerry and she's always texting and always handling business and just tied to it. So for one reason or another, this electronic device has taken over people's lives. And it's tragic. I have to use that term. It's tragic. You know, it's almost like the equivalent of death because you're killing relationships and all type of stuff. And I love what Camila said. You wouldn't know what to do. And then she didn't even know what you were going to say. You actually said it. You said your whole world ends.
Yes.
How many scrapes does your generation have on y'all's knees and y'all's ankles? And how many times have y'all fell off a bike or hopped a fence? How many times have y'all ran away from dogs? In other words, how often do y'all go out to smell the fresh air or go to the park or
Never.
go to the ice
Never.
cream truck? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like ride the bike or ride inside of the what do you call this? The shopping cart. Like
Now, our family does a lot of like my mom. She lets me be on my phone for a while, but every once in a while, like twice or three times out of the week, she'll make us get out. It don't make even matter if it's raining outside. She tells us put on a rain jacket and run around the house 3 times, or run around the corner, or do something just to get out the house and get off the electronics. That's what keeps us like. I wouldn't say I can't survive without my phone, but it feels like when my mom takes my phone away, yeah, my world does end. But after she takes it away, I'm cool. Like I'll be good. I'll find something
Kind
to
of like
do.
out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, like after she takes it away and I get over crying and I get over my feelings, like I'll sit on my bed and I'll find something to do. I'll do art, I'll dance, I'll play with my little brothers, which I really don't do often, but I'll play with my little brothers. We'll have fun.
Can you
so
show them
maybe
the art on your
I'm
arm?
sorry.
I want you guys to see something because I don't want this to go unnoticed. I noticed this about my niece and so
I have a skeleton, but it faded away, and then I have this.
so she drew a skeleton on her arm down to her fingertips.
Wait, I can't see it.
Oh snap! That's the actual bone of her hand. Like that's the bone. Like that's the
Oh, I
skeleton.
see it now.
Yeah.
Now that segued us into the conversation about me recognizing that she is an artist, but even more so, it opened a conversation for me to speak about what that symbolized for her. Because a lot of times our youth, have things, whether it's tattoos or different things on their bodies that symbolize things that are very relevant to their mental and their emotional health.
Mhm.
And so, as we're talking about the cell phone and that being something that is very well directly tied to today's youth and adults' mental and emotional stability and health, that's one of the things when she says, oh, I do art, when I find this redirect myself to not be so caught up in the fact that I don't have my phone. And apparently, this was a moment where she found something different to do, and that was her skeleton. Can you tell me what that skeleton represented for you?
I feel invisible.
Did you hear her?
Feel invisible?
Yeah.
Invisible or invincible?
How so?
Invisible.
It's just sometimes like when you're around a group of people or you're around family or something like that, sometimes you just feel like you're invisible to them or you feel like you're not there. Like you're there, but in your mind you're not there. I
Why?
don't know if that
Like
makes sense.
why?
You don't matter.
Right. Sometimes you feel like you don't matter. So that's what that means to me.
But okay, so my question is why though? Like why do you feel like why? Like in what way? Like are they just not acknowledging you or talking to you or like what is it exactly?
For me, it's sometimes it's because they don't acknowledge me because I would like attention. But sometimes it's just because I feel that like nobody, like if I had to say like nobody sees me, like I'm just by myself, sitting on the couch by myself, and everybody else is over there having fun. Nobody came check on me or anything, so I feel invisible. I feel like I'm by myself.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's just so many layers. Because on one hand, I hear you say that you yourself know that, you have these attitudes and you're aware of certain behaviors that that are not positive in response to whether your mom or someone is asking you to do something, whether it's schoolwork or otherwise. And I hear you saying that you want more attention, like you want your mom to pay more attention, you want more of her time and her to focus on what you need mentally and emotionally, whether it's for 10 minutes or for 10 hours. And then I hear you say that you feel invisible, even in a room full of people, and it could be a room full of loved ones. And so, in some ways, it may seem like some of that is contradictory, but then it's just a testimony of how many different things that, youth go through, what they're feeling, from one moment to the next, and how life just plays into their psyche. And so I'm just really thankful that you were able to express more, because I want you to take the opportunity to really say what's on your heart and not be afraid to have that voice that you feel like you don't have when you feel like you're invisible.
Well
Does that
said.
make you feel? Does that make you feel better? How are you feeling now after this conversation?
It makes me feel better, especially from hearing people that I don't know, especially hearing other people's side of how they feel about it and how they would handle it, or how just like getting advice from people that I don't know. And it also makes me think a lot more about how I can fix some of them situations in a respectful way, and how I can change some of that by one, controlling my attitude, because some of my attitude has something to do with it. If
Okay.
I have
I mean,
better
it's good that you see that, though. It's really
yeah,
good that you see that.
have better behavior, then it might make a little bit more of the communication a little bit easier, and it wouldn't be as hard. So yeah, it made me think. That's what it made me do.
Well, that's good. As long as you continue to think about it. And you know what? I will tell you, the blessing is that you have somebody like your auntie Tanisha that you could actually talk to, and you could run things by. And she's not somebody who's just educated, but she's somebody who's gone through real life experiences. You know what I'm saying? And so that right there, when you have somebody, honestly, let me tell you this. When you have somebody like that, take advantage of that. Take advantage of that, because a lot of us, we didn't have those people growing up. You know what I'm saying? So we made like stupid ass decisions just from not knowing, but when you actually have somebody you can actually talk to. Steven, come here. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to get my son on camera real quick. He about to go to baseball. Wait, you got to say hi to Tanisha. You ain't seen her in a while. It's my son, Steven.
Oh, wait. Hello.
What's up?
Steve?
What's up, young king? What's up, young king?
Yeah.
All right.
And this is Charles right here.
How you doing?
And
Pleasure,
that's
man.
me right there.
Okay.
You about to go?
Yeah, I'm
All right. Love you.
All right.
Bye. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Handsome young fella. Handsome young fella.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, that's a blessing. Because a lot of us didn't have that. When we were going through things and we had questions and we felt like we couldn't talk to our parents about it, we didn't have nobody else that was quote unquote like a mentor or somebody that was really going to give you the game without telling on you or without exposing you or without, you know what I'm saying? Like that had that trust factor. You're not going to find that everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, I was looking for that. I'm glad you said that, sis. I was looking for that. I mean, there were a few, but they weren't really in authority. When you got somebody in authority who's like a Tanisha or like myself or like Camila, who was going to do exactly what she said, and somebody will say, "Oh, you're advocating for her." Well, yeah, I am, because nobody else is going to advocate. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, who else is going to do it? Like, I think a part of parenting, and this is no flack to your mom. In fact, I think your parents did an awesome job with you. Obviously, you're a product of them, but. Dang, Camila, you hit, man. If you didn't hit that nail on the head on this Sunday, for real, okay? Listen, me and my boy Andy still talk about our childhood. We talk about it every chance we get. We were looking for that. And if my boy Hot Rod, his mom called me this morning. Hot Rod has been in jail for 12 years. He got a daughter. Daughter is about 4 years younger than you. Had he known this stuff, and if he had what it is that Camila just mentioned, somebody to mentor and advocate for us and, parent us without telling on us, You know what type of gold that is? And to what you just said, Riri, you said, I wrote it down, things that you could fix yourself, right? Because I'm taking notes based on what you're saying. And I'm just like, there's a few things that you can fix for yourself that'll make it better. And they're really easy. One of them is just saying, hey, yo, I'm not feeling the way I'm feeling right now. I feel invisible. Tell that to one of the big homies, like, that's your auntie, but she's like your big homie. If you look at it that way, you can tell her anything. The same way you tell your homegirls, you can tell her anything. And I had to wait till I was an adult to kind of treat my dad like he was my big homie, and now we have that relationship. But I wish I had that when I was in the seventh, ninth grade,
when you were growing
10th
up.
grade.
Exactly, because that's when you actually needed that relationship.
That's when you come on. Come on. It sounds
I'm
like
gonna
you
need
on the
y'all to
pulpit.
rewind this shit, like for real. For real. That's when you needed it.
You brought us to church. See, church. I had church earlier, but then you brought me back for the second service. So I said, okay, this is the second service right here because you preach.
I'm done. I'm done.
You listen. Hey, y'all gonna listen to this right now. Look, I'm the deacon and you the pastor, right? And Tanisha's the visiting bishop to come bring that word, and y'all done brought the house down today. That's all I gotta say. Listen. And this young queen right here is our congregant. She's our congregation member. And today was like that right there is the rawest thing I heard the whole week. Got me feeling something because I love my pop. My dad is a bishop. I come from a, very, very Presbyterian, Pentecostal, Baptist type of family, right? So it's always church, right? And I too am a pastor. Obviously, my thing is just like, I was overchurched. I feel like I didn't have enough of the things it is that you're crying out about right now. And dude, like, bro, like I feel you. And when she said what she just said right now, struck a chord, struck a nerve. I'm just like, if we had that, preach that, Camila. If we had that, if only think about it. If only we had it. Like we cool, Tanisha, right?
Wait,
Camila,
but wait. Think about it now.
Turned out okay.
Think about it now. We now have it. This is a platform for us to be able to discuss all of this. So now we have what we're talking about. We now have. Period. That's it. So what I was telling you is that it's an honor, the fact that you have your auntie Tanisha to be able to kind of coach you through all of this, because a lot of times we don't have that outlet being young girls. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you have that outlet, you could be raw, you could be uncut. The only thing I would tell you is make sure you're honest with her. When you talk to her, if you decide to come to her and tell her something, don't tell her what you think she wants you to hear. Because too often y'all do that. And it's like, I'm 30 something, 40 something years old. Like, I understand like all of this. You missing 1,000 pieces. You know what I'm saying? So come to the table with honesty and have that conversation with her. And then you have that support because she's going to be honest with you. But thank you so much for sharing your feelings and your story. I appreciate it.
And I thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Riri.
Yeah, I started shaking.
Thank you, Riri. Okay, Riri.
Before I was shaking, now I'm not. I'm good now.
You don't tell them that?
Thank you. You guys made me feel better. Thank you.
Oh, well, I'm happy.
You started out shaking and ain't no more shaking right now.
Yeah, and shine that light everywhere you go.
That's real.
And if you feel like you need to communicate and you feel like you have nobody to talk to, one thing that I'll tell you is start journaling and start writing down your feelings on paper. Because that right there is not only a release, but that's also a record of what you were going through, how you felt in that moment and in that time. So that's something that you might get a small little journal. Get it from the dollar store. I could pull up and bring you a journal.
I got several of them, and I'm
So
even.
you gonna give her a journal before she leave your house tonight?
I can do that, but
Okay,
and I'm even open to allowing you to even get a glimpse of probably what I was thinking 5 years ago. I got several journals.
Oh, okay. That part. We can do that.
I just want, because my goal is, for me personally, I would like to be to intervene so it doesn't take our young people as long as it took me. It took me it took me all the way to 38.
Yeah.
That was a lot of life. And I would like to intervene and disrupt the behavior.
Yeah.
And give them the tools while they're still young enough to really make some real life-changing things happen that usher them into a different lifestyle and a different platform and prosperity than waiting until you get 40 years old to discover it.
Right.
So thank you, niece, for trusting me and trusting them through trusting me to speak what was on your heart today.
No, she ain't saying nothing. She done.
You're welcome.
Ain't nobody asked you to sign no autograph or nothing like that. So don't be playing. Don't be playing. Okay, so listen, raw conversations. Anybody need to add anything else before we wrap this up?
I'm hungry.
I just had
I'm
hungry. What the
heck?
I just want to say I'm very proud of you, Riri. Thank you.
Yes, we are. Yes, absolutely.
For for granting us the opportunity to listen to you, and for allowing us to also pour a little bit of our experience into you. So very proud of you, and your
being
future.
Our first guest.
Yeah, being our first guest. Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you, Riri.
Yep.
Even when it seems like we don't know what we're doing, you roll with us.
Exactly. You have a very beautiful and bright future, and proud of you already. Just keep that marathon going. Don't give it up.
Okay. Tanisha, you have anything?
No, thank you both. I'm tired of trying to figure out how to get into this camera.
I know. I've been missing you the whole. I'm seeing this young queen face. I'm like, well, my sister, you just the way they section us off. It's like, man, I'll be going this way. I'll be thinking I'm going this way. I'm like, man, I'm not even in the frame. There she go.
There she go.
So I'm thankful for both of you. I'm thankful for the platform. I'm really glad that it's called Raw Conversations because I just want the autonomy just to be.
Yeah.
And I really want to give these kids permission to be.
Period. Without no questions asked.
And really support them and being able to open up. Because you know what? I realize that a lot of our youth are going to come over here and they are nervous and they're going to be afraid to say the things that they may have said to us off camera. And so I just want to be, that safe haven and that encouragement. And I think that is what we all want. So thank you for rocking, our first segment. And I look forward to us, doing much more.
Yeah.
Yes, Tanisha and Charles, thank you so much. So much. Loves, kisses, hugs to you and your family members. And next Sunday, we on 2 to 4.
All right.
Bet. Oh, real quick, just want to say, Tanisha, are you going to coordinate a follow-up so we can kind of follow up before next Sunday? Because I just wanted to have
So Charles wants to have a follow-up before our next Sunday. So Camila, I'll be reaching out to you both and coordinate something so we can kind of debrief.
Okay, that's fine. You just let me know what day and what time.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do it like midweek.
Midweek, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, midweek will be fine.
All right.
All
Perfect.
right. Well, then I'll reach out tomorrow or Tuesday to
Okay.
confirm. All right.
Looking forward to it.
Okay,
God
you
bless
guys
you guys.
enjoy your Sunday.
All right. Thank you.
Blessings.
Bye bye.
Much love.
Hey, all that.
Hey, hey.
Raw conversations. Raw
There
conversations
we
in the
go.
building.
Yes. Have a good night,
EYS.
you
Hey,
guys.
EYS is in the building.
Yes,
That's right.
in the building.
Have fun.
Now out the building. Goodbye.
Have fun.